Hi, Sunnies. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without some info to step two, step two, step two, step two. Y'all look at my hair. I always come on here like this. Somebody put on my phone that my hair couldn't sell hair. But I bet you Anna with Tora find a way to make this work on Vogue, huh, Anna? Vogue, Vogue. Hi, welcome to Be Me Light. I'm Janita. Beaming stands for bold, enlightened, aware, mature, insightful, nurturing, grateful, light, loving, intelligent, generous, honest, tactful. Let's get into it. We're going to look at Deuteronomy chapter 32, the entire chapter. Who's bad? Dirty Diana. Both songs are by Micheal Jackson. Who's bad? Got the whole world found and they want to know who's bad. I don't know the words. Y'all, I'm going to be honest. I like Micheal Jackson, but I never took the time to learn Micheal Jackson words. Not like all of them. I probably knew bad back in the day. I really started listening to Dirty Diana again. I think I've heard it once. I don't remember. I probably heard these songs. I know I heard Bad, but Dirty Diana, I don't remember hearing that. Let's get into that. I kept having, that the goal was to kill me for an inheritance and to also whatever, because I know too much information about this sell, you better win it, man. You better sell and you better be around them pennies, man. You know, them rounds and what they, I know too much about what's going on and their whole operation, how they're working together and trying to take over New Orleans and all that stuff, right? So, because I know so much about that, what's been happening in the streets, I've been getting a lot of flack. I'm just still getting the heat. And it's like, why are you mad at me for speaking the truth when you doing wrong? Hello? Light bulb somebody? Why are you upset with me for saying what you're doing when you're the one doing it? If you don't like what I'm saying, then stop doing it. You can't make me. This whole snitch thing, y'all need to stop with that whole snitch. That snitch, stop. Tell. Tell. Say something. Why you want to stand back and allowing somebody to get shot? You gonna record it? You recording it? That's a crime. It's a new crime. I just heard today it was a crime. It is a crime. Is sleeping with children under 18 a crime? It is a crime. Now, stop asking Sade if it's a crime. I'm telling you, it's a crime. Is it a crime? Yes. It's a crime to be a child molester. It's a crime to be a pedophile. Yes, it is a crime. It's a crime. It should be a felony. We'll have to work on that too. It's that time of year when them big old insects, those big old mosquitoes come out. They're harmless. That is, if that ain't a word, they are harmless though. They're not gonna do nothing. They just want to flex their little power. Let's say somebody knew somebody that worked at a train station or a bridge or something. They just want to flex them. They have those type of connects because that's how they transport. That's what they do. They use the water company to their advantage. That's how they transport. You know what's crazy is the father was in the military. Was he dishonorably discharged? Because that's not making sense to me. Just like it doesn't make sense how we can go into archives and find out and pull up old videos, y'all. I love archives. I feel I'm saying it doesn't make sense. It does make sense. It does make sense. But sometimes you find stuff from archives, you be like, whoa, who mama that is? With Don who? Child baby in a dresser room. Mm-hmm. So train it was. Child, what's the teeth? Dirty Danita. Oh. Dirty Diana. I say Dirty Danita. Dirty Diana popped up on my feed because they're still stalking me and they're still hacking my phone. And that's their code to describe me. Micheal Jackson is the man that's selling shit. So it keeps popping on my phone and they keep calling me Dirty Diana because they're messed up. They feel like I'm an effed up person for saying what's going on in a house or with their operation or whatever. But it's you did all this to me. I bought a home And then this man came in pretending to want to date me as a way to try to use me and use my house as a trap house. No, you're not about to use my house as a trap house. Is you crazy? Have you lost your mind? Man, sell. You better sell. You better win it, man. You better sell. Have you lost your mind? Him and that worthless piece of shit, that brown piece of shit, that colored seller. Yes, he's colored. I'm gonna say, and Boom doesn't care. He's colored. If you're brown, you're colored. You can be brown, purple, blue. That's colors. Those are colors. You white, you colored. That's colored. That colored fella though. That one. But we're gonna talk about the old days. That one. Y'all, that's what y'all do with the fam, with the youngs. All them young people you got. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. People think I'll fight for my life, child. I've already won. The victory's already been claimed. It's already been given. I'm just waiting on my rewards. That is it. That is all. That is all. And you know they're coming. Oh boy, do you know they're coming. God will pour out a blessing that you will not have room enough to store them. God wants to be a blessing in your life, but are you going to allow him? Are you going to let him? Or are you going to continue to do, man, you better sell, you better win it, man, you better sell. You still going to do that? You still on that? You still on child molestation? Let me ask you this. Are you still on the registered sex offender list? Have you told anybody that? Since you was going around, came to my city telling everybody I was this, that, and the third, I was dirty. I was a whore. Let me tell you something about Dirty Diana. I'm fired up today. So that's their code to say that I'm effed up for doing what I'm doing. But Dirty Diana also is special because Princess Diana asked Michael Jackson to perform that song. He wasn't going to do it. He wasn't going to do it like at the request of the castle or the king or whatever, Queen Elizabeth. He wasn't going to do it like as a respect factor. Diana said, "I want you to do that song." She said, "I want to dance with you on that song. You have to do it," and he did it for her. People use Dirty Diana as a way to say that a woman is dirty, she's soiled, she's a whore because she was molested. That's not true. How can I control the fact that I was molested, sexually abused at 5 years old? I can what in my sleep? But they put that on you to make you feel like you should hold that weight for the rest of your life. Now I'm giving that burden back to you, child molester, pedophile. You're not gonna call me Dirty Danita, but I'll be Dirty Danita for those kids. If I had to identify a child that's been molested or sexually abused, I will be Dirty Danita. You call Dirty Diana all day over here. Call me. I'm confined. I'm gonna figure out what's happening with that baby. But I'm not dirty for saying what's going on with you. I'm being honest. I tell the truth. I heard Future singing. I cannot sing it. Y'all, there's a State Farm commercial. And it is like bad singers, y'all. And I'm like, if that is not the story of my life, if that is not the key to my life, the key to my song. And I'm laughing and I'm like, wow. And then I see this like so funny, like this Prairie Farms cow. Like, Prairie Farms is like, isn't it like a milk company? That's a lot of HBCUs that's like prairie, like A&M, like Prairie A&M, right? I seen that and like, whatever. But I was like, I feel as if we got to head in a new direction when we're talking about the future of our next generation. We have to really protect our kids, and we have to see what people are trying to do when they're trying to milk our kids out of their future with fake promises or with loads of money in the beginning, and then start to wind it down towards the end of the career. No, it's like no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Pay your dues. It'll work out. Don't worry about it. You're covered. You're safe. Right? You know that. You stay down. Keep your head down. Stay good. You're safe. Everything gonna work out. But when you start to try to control the situation, when you start to try to change the outcome, change the narrative, you want the story to go in your favor. It never works out like that. It don't work out like that. Just allow it to happen. You be like, that's why God needed me to go through that. That's love. It's because it's an experience. Experiences teaches you a lot. I can sit here and I can tell you something about God all day till I'm blue in the face. Sometimes I don't record because I'm like, why do you need me to tell you to talk to God? Why you just don't talk to him? You got to get in the hope in the mode and the habit of, somebody said the whole or whatever, in the routine of, I don't like to say routine though. You need to just make it a daily part of your day, a part of your morning routine. You brushing your teeth in the shower, whatever, nightly routine, whatever it is. During the day. If you feel like you have a moment like, oh man, I forgot to talk to God, just go sit in a quiet space and have a conversation. Listen to him. What does he have to say to you? Let's go into Deuteronomy 32. Y'all, so who's bad? I was looking, like, trying to figure out, like, is there going to be a Bible verse about God being bad? But obviously, right? However, there is a lot of his destruction and his wrath, right? Really, his wrath causes the destruction. So I want to read Deuteronomy 32. And I'm going to read the entire chapter, and I'm going to stop in between and pause, and we'll explain it. It's the song of Moses. Moses parted the Red Sea with his staff. Pay attention, heavens, and I will speak. Listen, earth, to the words from my mouth. Let my teaching fall like rain, and my words settle like dew, like gentle rain on new grass and showers on tender plants. For I will proclaim the Lord's name, declare the greatness of our God. The rock, his work is perfect. All his ways are just. A faithful God without bias, he is righteous and true. His people acted corruptly toward him. There is their defect. They are not his children, but a devious and crooked generation. Is this how you repay the Lord, you foolish and senseless people? Is this your father and creator? Didn't he make you and sustain you? Remember the days of old, consider the years of past generations. Ask your father, and he will tell you, your elders, and they will teach you. When the Most High gave the nations their inheritance and divided the human race, he set boundaries of the people according to the number of people of Israel. But the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob, his own inheritance. When the Most High gave the nations their inheritances and divided the human race, he set boundaries of the people according to the number of the people of Israel. But the Lord's portion of his people, Jacob, his own inheritance. I want to go back to, there is a part, oh, we haven't gotten it. Let me keep going because I want you guys to pay attention to this. And I'm going to read the Old Testament version of it too because it's very important. He found him in a desolate land, in a barren, howling wilderness. He surrounded him, cared for him, and protected him. As the pupil of the eye, he watches over his nest like an eagle and hovers over his young. He spreads his wing, catches him, and carries him on his vest. The Lord alone led him. So this Bible, New Living Translation, this is like the new school. It says he. It identifies the eagle as a male. Deuteronomy in the Old Testament identifies the eagle as a female. Deuteronomy says, as an eagle stirred up her nest, flirted over her young, spreaded abroad her wings, taketh them, beareth them on her wings. The eagle stirs up her nest. This is why I am pissed off, because this new old person that trying to come in my life, they doing stuff to the computer. Or what? I'll stop going over the computer. I know y'all know I be having issues with the computer. tried to come in and give the Old Testament, but didn't realize the Old Testament was bearing the fruit of women, was bearing the old. If y'all go back, I'm not saying like everything, like Eve destroyed a lot. Let's be clear. Eve completely destroyed a lot of stuff. Thank you, Eve, for destroying things. However, God's wrath wreaks worse than what Eve's destruction could have caused. You understand what I'm saying? God's wrath overtakes the devil's destruction at any point in time because the wrath of God comes from love. It's not anger. Anger is an emotion or a feeling that is used to describe when we're feeling out of control, right? Like Kanye said on Soul's Anchor. It cools the fire that burns within when we simply lose control. Like anger is that fire that burns within that makes us lose control of our thoughts, our actions, and it could take over us, right? It could really impact the way we think. Wrath is justifiable and it is very not strategic, intentional in what it does. Learn the difference between strategic and intentional. Strategic is the game of the enemy, strategy, planning. Purpose and intent is the game of God. What is purposeful? What is intentional? Where are you planting your seeds? Are you watering your seeds? Y'all, I've been running amok. I have been, like, sometimes God will put things on my heart. Like, I'll pull over and, like, start dancing, or, like, I'll pull, like, today I was sitting at the bridge waiting for it to come back down. I start rapping Kanye West All Falls Down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do things like that because it's intentional. I'm not doing it out of out of anger, out of meanness or unkind or being so-called dirty, as they like to say. I'm doing because I'm being very intentional. I want people to see this. People should be aware of who's out there. These people are out there. They do things like this. They set women up on purpose. They look for women who they feel are vulnerable and weak. But when you rise up as an eagle in your strength and you got your young on your wings, child, they don't know what to do. You fly. You fly high. No lie. We know this. We ballin'. We know this. Like, stop thinking we don't see you. We see you. Stop doing dumb stuff. Like, what did Drake say on Rico? You niggas getting too old for this. You niggas really getting too old for this shit. Like, y'all getting way too old for this shit. These people, child, might just hit with a Rico. Somebody about to lose their job. A few people losing their job. I'm gonna tell you that. Child. Cause I'm like JG. I'm like JG. Who is JG? I know a JG. Who's my realtor? I'm like JJ Reddick. Y'all, I am feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm just like I'm feeling God, but I'm also feeling like I'm feeling annoyed. I'm feeling annoyed with what I'm going through, and I'm feeling annoyed with what the world is going through with Iran. I'm feeling overwhelmed with emotions. I'm feeling flooded. I'm feeling it's upsetting to know that God's wrath can destroy not their lives, but can really just change generations and legacies. Honestly, that's what God's wrath does. Let's continue. He found him in a distant. Okay, so I said that the Lord alone led him with no help from a foreign God. He made him ride on the heights of the land and eat the produce of the field. He nourished him with honey from the rock and oil from a plenty rock, curds from the herd and milk from the flock with the fat of the lambs, rams from Bashan, and goats with the choicest grains of wheat. You drink wine from the finest grapes. Then Jeshurun became fat and rebelled. He became fat, bloated, and gorged. He abandoned the God who made him and scorned the rock of his salvation. They provoked his jealousy with different gods. They enraged him with detestable practices. They sacrificed to demons, not gods. The gods they had not known, new gods they had just arrived, which your ancestor did not fear. You ignored the rock who gave you birth. You forgot the God who gave birth to you. This part, they provoked their jealousy with different gods. They enraged them with detestable practices. They sacrificed to demons, not gods, to gods they have not known, new gods they had just arrived, which your ancestors did not fear. This is sacrifice season. Whenever we come up on religious holidays, I want you guys to pay attention. It is sacrifice season. So we have a Lent. Well, we're in Lent and we're having Easter come up. A lot of sacrifices are being made for people in different organizations that are on the left that are just dirty, real down and dirty, things that you couldn't even imagine. That's what they do to get ahead on their side. I mean, what do you want to do? It's like Twix. You want to right or you want to left? Let me give you some clues to know if you're on the left. There's some clues to give you know if you're on the right. You're on the right. You really try to be grateful. You really try to thank God. You really, are intentional about what your purpose is. You see where God's headed, like what He wants to do in your life, and you move forward. You don't make rash decisions, and you don't do things in haste, but you definitely move with purpose and intention. And when you're on the left side of things, when you're going wrong, you make decisions out of haste, quick. This may also be because you're scared. Maybe you're in a situation where you fear for your safety. So you make quick, hasty decisions. You're not moving. You're not right. You're not thinking right. You're easily thrown off. It's hard to get you back kind of like stable. Like when that hit and run happened, that was the first time I've ever been involved in a hit and run. So of course I was like a little upset about it. And I didn't cuss at my dad, but I said a cuss word. And I know he's not about that life, but I hope he forgives me because he's very old school. As an eagle stirs up her nest. He's very old school, so I try not to do that. But I was so upset, y'all. Like, why? It's kind of like I told myself, I'm a good person. I don't deserve all this. I really don't. I don't. Like, I'm not perfect, but I know I don't deserve to be all of this. Like, come on now, this is like the way they doing things. It's like they want to make an example. Like, you see how we did that one? Mm-mm. I ain't gonna be your example. Mm-mm. So when the Lord saw this, He despised them, angered by His sons and daughters. He said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what they will become, what will become of them, for they are a perverse generation, unfaithful children. Perverse, perverted generation, unfaithful children. They have provoked my jealousy with what is not a God. They have enraged me with their worthless idols. So I will provoke their jealousy with what is not a people. I will enrage them with a foolish nation. For fire has been kindled because of my anger and burns to the depths of Sheol. It devours the land and produces and scorches the foundations of the mountains. God is not happy with what He's seeing in our generation. This is why we have to protect our kids, our youth. Y'all, I'm gonna pause for a second. Not like pause the video, but I want to stop this reading for the Bible verses real quick for a second. There was these kids on Bourbon Street. I was driving down Bourbon Street and I was like playing Every Hour by Kanye West. Yeah, I was that crazy Christian lady today. So I was doing that and I was like, I pointed at this little boy and I was like, I want to talk to you. I said, like, talk to God. Like, he want to listen to that stuff. He probably like, this lady is crazy. Like, it probably like freaked him out a little bit. But it was the fact that he was there that off-put me. Like, it set me back. I was like, why? This little boy had been, like, he could not have been more than 6 or 7 years old. Tell me that ain't a red flag. If I see you with your children on Bourbon Street, that's a huge red flag to me. Why is your children on the street called liquor? Let's give me Dirty Diana vibes. Dirty Diana, oh, Dirty Danita, Dirty Danita. That's what they want to make me out to be. Let's continue. I will pile disasters on them. I need the red flag, God, but this is my red flag right here. I need the red flag, God. I will pile disasters on them. I will use up my arrows against them. They will be weak from hunger, ravaged by pestilence and bitter plague. I will unleash on them wild beasts with fangs as well as venomous snakes that slither in the dust. Outside the sword will take their children, and inside there will be terror. The young man, the young woman will be killed, the infant and the gray-haired man. I will have said, I will cut them to pieces and blot the memory of them from mankind. If I had not feared provocation from the enemy or feared that these foes might understand and say, our own hand has prevailed. It wasn't the Lord who all did this. It's like God is saying, like, I am going to just destroy your nation. You ain't going to have nothing. You're going to be hungry. You're going to be bitter. You're going to be paid in dust. You're going to be among snakes. But when you look up, you'll realize you can't blame God for that destruction. It was all of you. Everything you did was all on you. Your choice, your decision. Israel is a nation lacking sense with no understanding at all. If only they were wise, they would comprehend this. They will understand their faith. How could one pursue 1,000 or two put 10,000 to flight unless their rock has sold them? Unless their Lord had given them up. But their rock is not like our rock. I like how they say, but their rock is not like our rock. As even our enemies concede, for their vine is from the vine of Sodom and from the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are poisonous. Their clusters are bitter. Their wine is serpents' venom, the deadly poison of cobras. It is not stored up with me, sealed up in my vaults. Vengeance and retribution belong to me. I will repay. In their time foot will slip, for their day of disaster is near, and their doom is coming quickly. The Lord will indeed vindicate his people and have compassion on his servants when he sees that their strength is gone and no one is left, slave or free. He will say, where are their gods? The rock. Where are their gods? The rock. They found refuge in, who ate the fat of their sacrifices and drank the wine of their drink offerings. Let them rise up and help you. Let it be a shelter for you. Now that I am alone and there is no God but him. I will bring death and I will give life. I wound and I heal. No one can rescue anyone from my power. You cannot save anybody from God's wrath. You can stop their karma, but you cannot save them from God's wrath. I raise my hand to heaven and declare, as surely as I live forever, when I sharpen my flashing sword and my hand takes hold of judgment, I will take vengeance on my adversaries and repay those who hate me. I will make my arrows drunk with blood, while my swords devour flesh, the blood of the slain and the captives, the heads of the enemy's leaders. Rejoice your nations concerning his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants. He will take vengeance on his adversaries. He will purify his land and his people. God wants to purify you. Are you going to allow him to purify the land and people? It starts with us. Are you allowing his living water to enter into you? Are you accepting it? I like how they say the rock. When I think about, okay, so I had this conversation with somebody. When I think about the rock, like, the rock, you know what I'm saying? Beyonce, how does it change? Right? Kanye, all that. So like that's what I think about, like all like Rockefeller, music. I told someone that music is how God communicates, or how the angels communicate to God to tell him what we need. We need this God. And he'll come through. So music is the way that the angels communicate with each other. I saw and how they communicate with God. I saw how there was this thing on the music. It said like the music industry and had all these pictures of Beyonce. Why people still hating on Beyonce? She has solidified her position for all these years. Let her be like, let her do her thing. Like, let her go. Let her just. Do you want to do it? Are you gonna do it? You ain't gonna do it. So let Beyonce do it. Let her do it. Let her do it. Why not? She's Beyonce. Let her do it. But people hate so hard. It's just like, she ain't gonna do nothing. So let her do it. It's not even there. She said, we don't have to. God creates opportunities for those who do right, who do good in this world, who do well. I ran into somebody. Well, I didn't run into somebody, but I was like somewhere downtown and I was walking, picking up a DoorDash order. And this guy was like, "How are you?" And I said, "I'm well." He was like, "You said that fast." And I was like, "You should. When you feel good, you should say I'm well. I'm well. Because I am. I feel good. Despite the things I go through, despite my strength, when God says he's going to come in and relieve you with his compassion and vindicate you when he sees that your strength is gone, y'all, that's why it takes me so long to get on my strength. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. You know how many attacks I face, like how much I've been going through, what these people have put me through, and I don't even say everything. Like there's so many things that I have not said because it's petty. It's not even worth mentioning. To them, they think petty is purposeful. We don't have TD Jakes over here. I'm good on TD Jakes. No, thank you, TD. No TD. I like Joel Osteen. I like JJ Redick. I like President Trump. Y'all, so when I got in this accident, I told you it was a hit and run. Why Mr. Castro, well, Officer Castro, Frank Castro, he was the Jefferson Parish sheriff that came out. I didn't say that earlier. Officer Castro was like, well, even if you were the president, we wouldn't really even investigate this. And I was like, damn, you wouldn't do this for Trump. So you mean to tell me if President Trump got in an accident on Veterans Avenue, that you wouldn't go out and find the guy that did it? I'm going to have to count Trump on that. I'm going to have to pull a Trump card. I think you would, Castro. Frank Castro, I think you would. I think we have to. If the president asked you to do something, you would have to do it, wouldn't you? Just the Parish Sheriff's Department would have to do it, wouldn't they? They would have to, Frank Castro. They would have to. That's just like saying your grandmother hit somebody and it was a hit and run and your family owns a collision center. Is your cousin not going to fix the car? He would have to. It's your aunt. You would have to. It's the president. Let's continue. Moses came with Joshua, son of Nun, and recited all the words of this song in his presence of the people. After Moses finished reciting all these words to all Israel, he said to them, take to heart all these words I am giving as a warning to you today, so that you may command your children to follow all the words of the law carefully, for they are not meaningless words to you, but they are your life, and by them you will live long in the land you are crossing the Jordan to possess. You're going to live long in the land you are crossing the Jordan to possess. Don't cross the Jordan. Don't cross the Jordan River, the goat. Don't cross the Jordan. Moses impending death. On that same day, the Lord spoke to Moses, go up Mount Nebo in Abiram, range in the land of Moab, across from Jericho, and view the land of Canaan. I am giving the Israelites as possession. Then you will die on the mountain that you go up, and you will be gathered to your people, just as your brother Aaron died on Mount Hor and was gathered to his people. For both of you broke faith with me among the Israelites as the waters of Meribeth and Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin by failing to treat me as a holy in their presence. Although from a distance you will view the land that I am giving the Israelites, you will not go there. Stay in your lane. I'm not going to say stay in your lane because I know like we have a lot of things that are going on in our country. Y'all, it's a lot going on all over the world. You know, we got Dubai is being bombed, missiles. Somebody must miss somebody. Mistletoes, I don't know. And I'm just like, this is crazy. People are losing lives. You know what I'm saying? It's nuts. But it's sacrifice season. This is where we at. If I see a kid on Bourbon Street, I pull my DoorDash thing out and I'm playing Dirty Diana. And I'm going to do this. Because that's crazy. What? That's crazy. Why is your child on Bourbon Street? He's 6. He's 7. What you going to do it on Bourbon? Child. On Bourbon Street? Child. I got caught out and clutched my pearls. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. And they call me Y'all, my microphone. I love this microphone, but I gotta get in the cord for it. But y'all listen, it's gotta stop. The fake setups with the faulty police, the fake agents, the fake delivery trucks. Yes, they do that. Um, sending in the people, sending in the exes, partner Red Sea and stuff, white car with the sunglasses in and a beard. Like just do right, Deuteronomy. Just do right. Just do right by me. Deuteronomy, do right by me. Do right by God. Why you can't do that? God clearly said in this Bible, in this Old Testament, the one that y'all like to be all on, but some of them, y'all changed it. He said in the Old Testament, her. The eagle is her. We got to change that in the New Living Translation. It's not he. God, I clearly identify the eagle as her. You understand that? Her means her young, her nest. And because they came over here and disturbed my nest, she is going to run amok until they are done. Until they're in jail. I'm not stopping. They got to go to jail or hell. That's it. That's it. I'm not stopping. I'm booting into that. It's going to be beautified, and y'all not going to like me. So you better get them out of here. Purple. And when I love the goddamn news. I want it. Oh my Lord, can you hear me? Let's just take it out. I want it all over the news. I want the big news. I'm so upset about these goddamn missiles. Y'all, can we pray? Let's pray. We need a moment of prayer. Let's take a moment of silence for those who have lost their lives. God, we come here, we ask that you just put a blessing, touch their hearts. Pour out some compassion, some empathy for those who have been involved in the attacks on Dubai. We ask that you continue to keep them safe. We ask that you watch over them, protecting them, even through the craziness. They are still safe because they know that you are there, you are present. They are in the midst of the Holy Land. You have not left or forsake them. Please give that nation that's disturbed peace, joy, and comfort. Please comfort the mother, the father, the son, the daughter who may not have a family member returning home. Please comfort them. Please give them the strength that they need to fight spiritual war on their own home, on their own homeland. Give them what they need to continue to move forward in Jesus and God. I know Muhammad, I get it, I understand. But we pray. And please just continue to watch over them. We need a healing, God. Please send a healer to them, a huge healer. We need to swarm them with love. This is a time for a huge healer. In Jesus' name, amen. It's so crazy that I feel like people in America don't take the time out to appreciate how good you have it here. And you complain. I'm going to say, I'm going to be that black person. It amazes me that you don't realize how protected you are. Do you know how easily that could happen to us? Do you understand that? Hell, in New Orleans, we just experienced some shit like that last year. People lost their lives in the French Quarter. A maniac just ran through and just started driving through people. That was last Christmas. And now Easter, this is what we're facing? When the fuck are y'all gonna wake this shit up? Y'all hear God talking to you? What is it gonna take? Oh, it's gotta happen to you. It's gotta come to your front door. So let's make that happen. But when I come to your front door and I bring you the smoke, you don't want it. So what's it gonna take? You ain't ready for it. You run scared. You play, I don't know. You play dumb. You play clueless. When it's me, Deborah is facing it head on. Deborah gonna talk to Deborah about it. Deborah, let's talk about it. She said, let's. We talked. Deborah is gonna say what's on her mind. Oh yeah, y'all, I'm Dirty Diana and Deborah. I don't know how I could be both. I don't know how I could be a hoe, but then be boring and not a hoe at the same time. This is what the enemy does. Confusion. Like in Iran. Fusion. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Don't let the enemy confuse you. Stay fast, stand tall. You are lucky to be where you're at no matter where you are, to be honest. Be blessed. Understand how protected you are where you're at. And pray for those who are vulnerable. Pray for those who are weak. Pray that God sends in strong superhero healing reinforcements to these people that they will be protected, loved, secured, and safe. But you have to pray. It's like y'all be wanting one person to do everything. Y'all put all the prayer on the preachers and y'all got direct connection to God too. You him. He created you out of his image. Why you ain't saying nothing? Why you ain't asking him to stop this stuff? Why you ain't telling him you need help with your little sister because she don't know how to do her homework? Or you stay with your uncle and he been touching you and you don't like it. Talk to God. Why God put me in a situation? God didn't put you there. The devil did. Realize that. It's a part of your story, but God didn't put you there. It's a part of your purpose. How are you going to change your story? How are you going to move forward? You got people who are dealing with tragedy right now, and you still stuck on some bullshit. That's what the enemy do. Well, I'm going to tell him, man, you better keep selling. You better keep winning. And, man, you better sell some more. Because what I'm going to tell you right now is when God's brands come through over there for the mans that sell, it's over. I don't care. Ain't no Don Cornelius in no dressing room. Ain't no archive. Ain't nothing. None of that. You understand what I'm saying? You get it? You got it? Good. Peace the fuck out.